Welcome to Sound and Fury. I am Eric Wilfred Watson.
Roamer, wanderer, nomad, vagabond, call me what you will. Just as long as you call me Hugh Frank.
All right. Today we're going to talk about Marvel and DC because that tends to be what we talk about on this channel, but specifically we're going to talk about the future of these franchises. They both seem to be at a fork in the road, and they both seem to be taking the opposite path. DC is doing a reboot, and Marvel is doing a hanging on for dear life to the existing continuity.
Yes.
So we'll see how those two things pan out.
There you go. And like Yogi Berra says, if you see a fork in the road, take it.
So we're going to split the episode up into two halves. We're going to start with Marvel. I have a list of basically what's coming up with Marvel, but it seems like they're not really doing anything different. They don't seem like they're listening to the fans or trying to change, because almost everyone agrees that Marvel was fantastic up till about Endgame, or you say maybe about when Stan Lee passed.
Yes. Yes, sadly, yes. It's sad but true.
Yeah, I turned the Marvels off about halfway through, or not even. But there's some news that the Fantastic Four is now casting a female Silver Surfer, which is not the Silver Surfer. It's a different Silver Surfer, which was in the comics. It's supposed to be a comic book character. It's not like they switched to gender, but they just picked like the most obscure Silver Surfer they could so they could have a female Silver Surfer. And I feel extra nerdy just by saying the words Silver Surfer.
Yes. And I can't remember the actress's name at the moment, but she
was really good in Ozark.
She was great in Ozark. She was my favorite character in Ozark. And spoiler alert, she dies. And I actually teared up because I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought somebody was going to come there and help her. But, you know, that's that show. People just die. It's like Game of Thrones, but more reality-based.
Mm-hmm.
So, except, you know, there's dragons in real life. So I guess it's about the same.
So let's talk about what's coming up. The next movie that's going to come out is Deadpool and Wolverine, and you weren't really enthralled by the trailer. A lot of people were, but you didn't really do it for you.
No, it was the fight over the shattered remains of 20th Century Fox that, like, on their set or I don't know. I just it's just too much fourth wall. Like it's one step away from climbing out of the Disney Plus menu for me. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not just a subtle nod and a singular, like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, all that stuff is always cool, but like an entire fight scene, it reminds me of the fight scene in Star Wars Episode 2, where you're like really into it, except you can't because, oh, help, I think I'm beside myself. Die, Jedi scum! Like, you know, come on. Just do it right. And
Coming into it with a lot of goodwill, though, because I really love Deadpool 1. Deadpool 2 is not quite as good, but it's still pretty fantastic. They do the fourth wall breaking pretty well in that one. I actually really like Once Upon a Deadpool, where he kidnaps Fred Savage and recreates that whole sequence with a bedtime story.
Yes. Well, and you know, Deadpool 2 overall wasn't as good. However, it had Domino in it, and I think she was the best part of Deadpool 2. And she's not in the third one. So I don't know. Like, I think there's got to be room for her. Maybe that'll be the after credits scene. Maybe she'll show up at the very end and vindicate, you know, and prove me wrong and vindicate the whole movie. But, like, her, you know, luck is not a superpower. Yes, it is. You know, like, all of that, and just the way. Anyway, I just like the way everything worked out for her, and it was really cool, and I'm gonna miss that in the next one. And Hugh Jackman's awesome, and Wolverine's a cool character, and it's, you know, it's like a homecoming for Wolverine to be.
I wonder how they're bringing him back. Is Deadpool going to give him some of his, you know, magic healing blood, or dig him out of his grave, or is it going to be time travel and, you know, TVA sort of thing where he yanks him out right before he dies? Or is it just going to be a universe version of him?
It's going to be another version, because if you think about at the end of Deadpool 2, he does so much like time travel and messing around. Like he goes and changes Hitler's diaper, for God's sakes. Like, what does that do as a butterfly effect to a universe, right? So
what does that do?
What does that do? Yeah. So obviously the TVA is going to get involved, and then at the end of, I don't know what happened in Loki season 2. I didn't watch it, but
I tried.
At the end of season 1, everything was kind of messed up. Yeah, it's just
it lost me at the McDonald's commercial, where an entire episode was a McDonald's commercial where Owen Wilson's like, we're sharing a delicious meal together. It's like, you're at fucking McDonald's. They're like, every box of food is facing the camera exactly. The sodas they're drinking have the McDonald's logo facing the camera exactly. It was just too much for me. They brought me right out of it.
Yeah. I get it. I totally get it.
But after that, we got Captain America: Brave New World. That could be good. I like the idea of Falcon becoming Captain America, although the TV show that came before it was mediocre-ish. But I could be excited for that, depending upon what they do with it.
It has potential, but it has potential to suck. And it's like, it's kind of like not Rise of Skywalker. That was what was the Rian Johnson one? The Lost Jedi. It's kind of like the Lost Jedi. Like you're expecting, it's like, oh, well, this is the way the movie should go. But since we've already seen it go the opposite 17 times, on number 18, we know, oh, yep, there it is. He's subverted our expectations. Like, it's going the opposite direction. So, it's like, oh, this movie has potential to be awesome. But, since they're subverting our expectations, it's going to suck. So it's not so much about what the potential for the movie is anymore. Like, I used to get excited, like, oh my God, I can't wait to see this character. Like, Doctor Strange was just enthralling. Like, wow, that's he seems really cool. But now it's just every new character they've introduced has been blah, and they haven't really been introducing new characters that have new roles. They've been introducing characters to take over the old roles. So there's a new Hawkeye and a new Hulk and a new Captain Marvel and a new Thor it's like, I know, let's just take this old character and just change it and then repackage it, and okay, I'll just go back and watch the movies again. And I know we have different feelings about The Princess Bride, but sometimes I think, oh, it'd be great because most of those actors are still alive, except for Andre the Giant, rest in peace. But everybody else is around. They could make a sequel, and then I think, no, I'm just going to go back and watch The Princess Bride again.
Please don't.
Because you can't top that. It's there are some things you just can't do again, and to change all the characters. And you mentioned in a previous video the recreation of Psycho shot by shot that just doesn't have the same magic. It's kind of what they're doing. There's no enticement into like, oh yeah, this will be cool. So
then we got Thunderbirds. I never really gave a shit about Thunderbirds, or Thunderbolts, excuse me. Obviously, I don't care about Thunderbolts because I got the name wrong. Thing.
Yeah.
We already talked a little bit about the Fantastic Four. That could actually be good. I don't really care that they have an obscure random Silver Surfer rather than the Silver Surfer. Have you ever seen Crimson Tide?
No, I don't think so. I saw Hunt for Red October.
I'm going to put a relevant clip of Crimson Tide in this video right here.
Oh, no, that was Hulk Hogan.
Oh, no, now I'm going to put the Crimson Tide clip in here now.
Why were you two fighting?
Well, I said that the Kirby Silver Surfer was the only real Silver Surfer, and that the Mobius Silver Surfer was shit. And Benefield's a big Mobius fan, and things got out of hand. I pushed him, he pushed me. I lost my head, sir. I'm sorry.
Rivetti, you're a supervisor. You can get a commission like that.
I know it, sir. You're 100% right.
You have to set an example even in the face of stupidity. Now, everybody that reads comic books knows that Kirby Silver Surfer is the only true Silver Surfer. Now, am I right or wrong?
You're right, sir.
All right. Get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. After that, we got the new Blade movie, then Avengers 4 and 5. And that's pretty much the slate of Marvel on the big screen, but we also have a Black Panther TV show, an Agatha WandaVision spin-off show, Ironheart, Daredevil. Let's talk a little bit about Daredevil. Apparently, they filmed a bunch of episodes and then scrapped all of them and they're starting over from scratch and refilming the entire TV series, and they're bringing in characters from the Netflix show, including the actor who played Foggy. The actress who played Jessica Jones is spotted on site. They've already announced the same Punisher guy is going to be in it. It looks like they're at least attempting to maybe course correct a little bit with this.
Maybe it was too good and they want to make it suck more.
Yeah, or it could be that they weren't destroying enough characters we liked, so they had to bring in more characters we liked in order to destroy them for us.
Exactly. Remember this thing you liked?
Let's move over to DC.
Yeah,